fix that? Why is it so loud? What level is your flak, Rikers? Anarchy. It can be like, what is it, Antifa? We're gonna fight the fascists by being fascists. Oh, you disagree with us? Let me club your face in with a bike chain. You're gonna get to deal with all kinds of fun shit, Tyrell, being a modern cop. Especially if you're gonna go into Chicago with your buddy. It's gonna be fun.
It's going down. Hella chases through the alleyway.
What's gonna be your self rule right now before you're a cop? What's gonna be your rule when you pull a gun out?
What's gonna be my rule when I pull a gun?
Yeah, are you gonna have like a
Guns
self-enforced
don't kill
rule?
people. I do.
One Tyrell.
Say it again out of here.
Are you gonna have like a rule in yourself that you're not gonna pull the gun out until X happens?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna be like my last option, and it's only gonna be in a situation where I feel like I'm gonna die, or like if I feel like they're gonna try to kill me. So, like I'm instantly gonna get that taser. That taser, I'm gonna be trigger happy as hell with that.
Don't pay me, bro.
There's this.
I'll light your ass up. The second you try to fight, I'm fight the lightning.
There's this scene in this movie. I don't know how true it is, but this one cop, they're trying to chase this murderer, and they don't find the murderer, but what they end up running into is the house of this pedophile, and they find out this guy was like raping kids, and then they find out that he had killed a kid and cut his head off, and it's like in the bathroom sink, and so the cop like finds the guy who's been doing this, and the guy's like moaning and begging for mercy, and the cop decides to put a gun to his head and blow his brains out, and all the cops, you know, they like hush it up, and they all go shake his hand afterwards like he did the right thing. Do you think there's a lot of truth to that?
No, I don't think that's. I don't know.
It feels
I don't
like
know, actually.
maybe the
Probably
cop
not,
did
what
do
my
the right thing though, in a way.
I mean,
You
it's
know,
the way you look at it. I mean, yeah, it's one less person, you know, one less pedophile, I guess.
fucking killed kids and
But
stuff.
it is
Like,
murder.
just don't even let it go to the
Yeah.
courthouse. Just fuck this guy.
Hey, you Vault Hunter.
Maybe that's wrong,
Then it's
but
like
I can kind of see
society
the
is-
logic.
Now die, please.
I mean, I see the point he made, but I see. But if you think of it, like, if they do it, they're gonna do it.
Like a cool guy.
They can cover it up for anything.
Oh, wait.
So
They're gonna all
cop,
try to cover up him doing that. Like, say something else happens that's not that serious. They're just gonna cover it up too.
well, yeah, they all say that the guy committed suicide, but they all know different, so they're like congratulating him because they all feel like he did the right thing by killing that guy. Did they stick together that tight, cops? Rule number one,
I
don't
don't know,
shoot.
bro.
Black is 10 and Mario is 12 now, I think. Haven't played this week. Be right back. See you soon, Wreckers.
No, that works. Right.
What would you do in that situation, though?
I don't know. I'll probably have to be honest. 'Cause I'm gonna be honest with you.
Too big. Not my style.
I'll tell the truth. Yup, he shot this man. But then it's like,
He's perfect.
maybe they'll try to kill me
Just
next or
screams
some shit.
Grease.
Would you kill the guy, though? Like, if you walked into a situation like that, a pedophile, and he killed kids, are you going to kill that guy?
Viper drop.
Nope. Why would I give you instant gratification when I know what they're gonna do to you once they find out what you did to kids in prison?
I'm in.
That's true, but man, I feel like it'd be really tough to walk away from that situation.
Oh, the voice sounds good too, right? Not changed in any way.
I feel you, but at the end of the day, it's not my choice.
Thanks. Think I'm getting the hang
Well,
I can't decide, you know, who gets to live and who gets to die.
I want to
If you
believe...
kill him, then you're really just no better than what he just did. He just killed somebody. You killed
Yeah,
somebody.
but he killed kids.
Call me Reese.
I mean, I understand, but you know, murder is murder. Is the way it go in my book.
I don't know. I feel like I would want to believe that justice would be served, but it would be really tough to walk out of the room.
Time to stop that laser and get your
What do you think
I
you
feel
would do,
like
seven.
Russo?
Like if your fiance's head was in the box or something.
Yeah, the little kid's head was cut off, and it was in a sink. The guy had been raping kids and murdering them. Freaking beheaded a
Tough, but I'd
child.
say lock him up.
So is it
It's one of
one?
those cases that'll test you.
100% that the prisoners are probably going to kill that guy?
Once they
I don't
find
think
out,
they're gonna kill him.
they're just gonna beat
They
the
gonna give him a taste of his own medicine.
Hunter will receive a 2-hour pass to the Zanara. Currently
Has there been,
Somebody gonna touch cheese.
has there been like a study undertaken on why it is that prisoners especially hate pedophiles?
A lot of them probably have kids. I bet. I don't know for sure,
Or
but
it
I'm pretty sure.
could have
I'm
happened.
thinking like that.
It's like, we'll go so low, but we're not going to go that low. What do you think you would do, Justin?
It'd be hard not to pull that trigger.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
But you're in Canada, you wouldn't have a gun.
Do you hit him with a fucking stick?
Yeah.
Hey.
This guy. I mean, like I'm saying, I understand y'all point of view, but it just, I don't know.
Did y'all get that Typhon log up there?
Oh, no. I got to get to you.
It's over here.
Well, it's different now, though. I don't actually think you'd manage to get away with it. Like, there was that one guy in the 1920s who was a serial murderer of children,
Oh, no, I got this one.
and they killed him in Texas. And they're like, yeah, you got a right to, be executed, but you don't got a right to a painless execution. And they pretty much put him in a room, from what I read, with another guy, and the guy just beat him to death. Like, put his neck on a board and broke his neck, and then broke his back, and tortured the guy to death. And they were well aware of it. That's just how they decided to undertake the execution.
Descending. Going down.
But I feel like you're starting to bend it at that point. You are starting to, like, prove that you're not any
Judge Dredd
better.
execution.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's a reason we don't have Judge Dredd.
When you're famous,
It hasn't become necessary at that point.
kill you for money. It took me a while, but eventually I found my way to the surface.
Because Mega City,
Aslan
I
was
am
at
the
the
law.
bar celebrating my death. I nabbed his case when he wasn't looking and stole the futz's ship.
God damn it.
What?
Oh,
the
okay, count
jump.
it. Alright, cool, I'm good.
Okay, good.
You gotta want it.
Is she already down here, Handsome Jackie, or do you have to have a quest for her?
No, you can get it.
Oh,
You
sweet.
get it.
I've heard lethal injection is not painless, though. That's, like, part of it. This shit actually really hurts.
They keep fucking it up because they have to use like deep red chemicals.
They don't want to pay for the shit, so
got
they're
one.
trying to do it themselves.
Oh, well, that's not... Why don't they just go back to hanging people? They know that if you do
Dude.
that right, it's painless.
Guillotine.
That's apparently painless,
Plenty
too,
of-
if the blade's sharp.
Yeah.
Wait, where the
Plenty
hell
of
did you
blood
guys just go?
for, killed Handsome Jackie.
Come down here, Tyrell. We actually got a really good roll on it. This is her unique.
Wait, where?
I'll
Where the
come
fuck
to you.
did you go? How did you get down there?
I plan on making 1-minute guides for these. Most of the videos out there are like 5
What the
minutes.
fuck?
Just fall down where we are. It's safe.
Oh.
I feel like I want to resurrect 1-minute guides that we did on Division for these weapon guides. You can do this in a minute. You could show people where it is and what the gun does in a minute or less.
I don't think I got anything because I wasn't here.
You don't see this?
No, I wasn't here.
Yeah,
I didn't get a light cheesecake or
I'm about to drop it.
Chicago.
There, this thing. Can you guys see that?
Oh
Yeah, now
my
I can see
god.
it.
Oops. Hold on. I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, there's
It's
three
shotgun
interesting.
on.
It's unique in that you get the bullet back if you hit him in the head, and if you jump in the air, it's even more accurate. So it's kind of like it's the one pump
Well,
jump,
I'll
but
take
with
it if
one
no one
extra.
wants it.
That's all yours if you want it.
Nice.
It's the one pump jump with one extra mechanic to it.
That's my nickname in college.
Heyo! Oh fuck! I'm supposed to be the fast vault hunter, and I couldn't make that damn jump.
Zane is like the cringe master.
The buff they gave for him was lame. Buffing the Digiclone, that was just mandatory. His Digiclone didn't scale. Didn't do any damage. Now his Digiclone just does damage, so it's not going to change anything.
Gotta destroy the servers. This way.
He's still great at mobbing, though.
Open the door.
I think he's a ton of fun for mobbing.
Actually, I'll stay here. You destroy the servers and come back out.
Donna, Donna.
Will you be partners with your buddy that's also gonna go join the Chicago police force?
No, he's not gonna be a cop. He's not being a cop. He's on something. He's doing something else.
Oh, how are you guys gonna work in Chicago together?
He's into advertising, market advertising or something like that.
Easy.
So he's got the corporate job. Like he'll get to work
So
in a
you
big
might-
office.
You might want to. He said you might go to Chicago.
Nice one. Now come back out.
Are you
Just gonna
100%
decide
saying?
on it.
Do you want to work in
Me?
Chicago?
I don't know. I don't really.
Just won't give up.
I don't know if I'm being Chicago over here. We'll find out in a second.
It feels like it'd be safer if you stayed where you are, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Chicago's
my mom
kind of
said
rough
Anything but friends. Programs, they give you that.
in certain neighborhoods, right?
Yeah. But again, like I'm saying, my mom's here. That's the only problem with me standing.
Hey, your mom's here?
Yep.
I don't know.
Do y'all have like all three of the locks here? The chest is over there.
Where? Wait, on you?
It's in this hallway.
I have them. So it's a bad thing to be a cop in the same time your mom's in?
Same time as your family. You don't want people to know, and they might go after your family because they can't go after you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't got the logs.
No, me neither.
Well, I think you'd probably make a lot more money in Chicago. Shit. And if you get a job in the city, not like in the bad part of town, then you're gonna be fine.
That's it. If we don't stop Conago,
Might rob
it's
somebody.
gonna turn Atlas
Yeah.
HQ into a
Like
duplex.
the metropolitan area, Chicago's got like the fucking GDP of Sweden. It's insane.
Your CEO does. I mean, those guns are garbage with the trigger, right? Burn! I'm still sad about France. But the fate of the... So here's the plan. Storm the control room, take the Volkey fragment, and
All
shut
these
down
monsters.
the
Oh, we got a
laser.
jabber. Wilson uses a jabber. You don't see that thing very often.
I can't do that.
It's pretty cool.
Is there logic behind it? Because people are like, "Oh, the jabber sucks."
Yeah, because he has a freaking bazooka.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's this Chris spot? again?
Google
I
listing.
don't know. When you're black, everything's a first spot.
This pleasure sphere is useless. Oh, tell you what. Some music to get you in the killing mood. Oh, big vermouth.
Have you already beat your TVHM playthrough, Wilson?
Nah, I'm at the same spot you are.
Okay, that's good. You'll be making progress then too.
Atlas. And for respawn. Okay, now time for old respawn to hack the laser.
And I know Justin's
Before
through
we
it.
shut it down, let's break a few Kanagawa's toys, huh?
And we know that once we do this, we're actually good, because no UVHM.
I've almost got a lock on the Zanara. Defend me.
So is the loot higher if you do Mayhem 3 on True Vault on there?
Listen, real
Defend
talk.
you.
I don't know.
Someone
What did the
stronger
levels
was
go
going
up to,
take
Justin?
over
On Mayhem
Atlas.
3?
If it wasn't Malawan, it would have been Jacobs,
500% for loot?
That's the same.
Is it?
Yup.
You would have, I think, a higher base rate. TVHM's got higher rules in general. So it'd be like, normal's like 500% of 0. This is probably like 550%. I wish we actually had a number for that. But it says better loot.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but they also like, if you put too much in the blue tree, you're gimping yourself.
Well, that's classic Gearbox. But with them not doing DLC Vault Hunters, they might do some pretty significant balance changes as things move forward. Even adding your trees, I think would be, you would hope, in the wheelhouse, especially if they up the level cap.
Like, a lot. But that is just how business is done.
But then again, hey, we might get a Battleborn October patch. Just be like, hey, we made a hell of a lot of money, and we'll see you.
Reese, don't do this.
We'll see you. Fuck out of here. A lot of money, and we'll see you. Stay 100.
It's possible. They love to talk about a sequel, and they definitely leave the story open-ended.
Firing sequence immediately. Security, do something.
So maybe there's a new Xbox and PlayStation 5 is going to be what? Is that supposed to be next year, PlayStation 5?
Shit, I don't know, bro. I'm just over here.
That was amazing. Eat my
I thought it was like the next E3 we're supposed to definitely get PlayStation 5 at the least.
Oh, there's so many grasshoppers in here.
Oh, come on. I mean,
Speaking of
what's a
psyche,
little
Val.
destruction of personal property between corporate
No, it's like I didn't kill 3 of them, and now there's another one. They keep getting in.
They know. This is how Starship Troopers starts. Is that rain?
Feels fear.
They didn't call for rain.
There it is. The fragment.
The bugs hit us. The fucking bugs hit us, Rico. Buenos Aires is gone. My whole family was in Buenos Aires. Come on, you apes. You want to live
What the
forever?
hell is the center of this thing at?
Did you know, Tyrell, that is a quote, an actual quote from a Marine gunnery sergeant, World War One?
No, I did not know that.
Yes, sir. As the Americans marched on the Germans' front line in the Verdane forest, starts with a V, something like that. No one knew how the Americans would fight in this conflict, and the way that we reacted is a Marine gunnery sergeant charged against the battle. Charged against the grass into the forest, and he said, "Come on, you sons of bitches, you want to live forever?" Then they found a letter on a dead German, and it said, "The Americans are crazy. They want to kill everybody and everything."
Let's just take a
And we
moment
won.
to remember the fallen. Rest in peace, Respawn. Rest in peace.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
We're fucking crazy. All right.
Bring it to me aboard Sanctuary.
So now we head out to the box. At least this place has got a moon. And back to Sanctuary. So that's why. So then if you read the novel Starship Troopers, it's dedicated to that Medal of Honor winner. Because he won the Medal of Honor or something like that. And that's the whole quote. And then, of course, they put it into the movie. And then people were really pissed about that because the movie's got a different theme to it. You know, it's more like the military's a big fucking joke and it's like fascist and it's all like, you know,
Oh, okay.
war's fun, war's beautiful. The guy who directed it, he used the same guy who helped with Saving Private Ryan, did the like military advising for Saving Private Ryan, who was actually a veteran. And he fucking hated the guy because the director for Starship Troopers was making a parody, basically. And of course, that guy has got opposite beliefs. That movie continues to be like really controversial all these years later. I don't think we're gonna get a fourth one.
I mean, I don't see why. Oh, yeah, the third one, shit, bro. They're not gonna do a fourth one. The second one was, it was okay.
They just started getting really bad.
Started getting weird.
Yeah, weird,
Like,
and
weird as
bad,
fuck.
stupid.
Like the aliens start taking people over and use them to get naked to get in, like to infect other people and shit.
That scene that was so bad in the third one when the bugs just like slowly walk into the fence one by one. Like just quit walking into the fence.
Oh, yeah.
Or just like charge all at once.
Like they're
I mean-
retarded.
Right.
Just letting one get shocked and they look at him like, huh?
Rikers, you have a good night. You
But
have
then
a great
that
night.
super bug at the end.
Fantastic night, a fabulous night, a superior night, a great night, and a good night. Good night, Rikers. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. The super bug. Which one's that?
At the third, at the end, and they brought the fucking mechs apparently.
Oh, the mechs. Yeah, the mechs were sweet. And see, that's actually from the book. That's what they use in the book is mech suits. They go around in these armored suits and fight the bugs. There's only like one battle scene in the whole book. So that was cool because that was actually tied to the novel. They could have made a fourth one.
I like the bug. I like how, I like the big bug at the end.
I don't remember what it looked like. I'm gonna look it up.
You may leave now.
Okay.
Come talk to me.
He
The one that-
feels fear. Yeah.
That apparently corrupts everybody or some shit.
Super bug.
Corrupt the general guy or whatever.
Starship Troopers. Oh, okay. Is it one where they start becoming like fucking zombies and like technically it became like the thing. Someone's infected and they can't figure out who's infected. They're calling it Behem Codil.
basically.
Behem Codil?
I've always
It's
But one of
huge.
the big monster at the end when the mech showed up,
Yeah.
he was talking through the people.
option.
Okay.
Like
Was
the
it,
people he killed.
I can't remember enough. Was it cool or was it kind of hokey?
I mean, the way. No?
Because that whole movie was kind of rough.
I
Like,
don't know whose those were. So
The Queen
just
Bug
corrected me.
is one of the top leaders from within the Arachnid Hive
Dropped
in
them on
Starship
purpose, bro.
Troopers. Its main function is to
fair enough.
reproduce in order to refill the army with more arachnids. She can lay up to 1,800 eggs in a single
holy shit, this guy's got
mission.
encyclopedic
12
knowledge.
bugs and hostage. During
Can
this
lead-
time, the Queen
Up
was
to
taking a
1,800
bold
eggs,
attempt to
Tyrell.
stop the humans from capturing her alive.
What?
Now, even though the god bug Behemocodal
Behemocodal. This guy like knows how many eggs it lays and where it lives and what it does.
Dialing in Reese Strongfork. Man,
Did they kill Behemocodal?
I bet his ancestors didn't get bullied at all.
Shit, I don't know.
I can't remember. I've got those movies. I just can't stop forgetting the really bad parts about it.
You're welcome. So, said you know where the last key
The
fragment
last thing I had heard is they were actually talking about making another Starship Troopers, but it was going to be a reboot, and they were going to change the whole theme of it. Instead of being this whole, like, fucking army's fun, and they were going to actually make it a dark movie, and it was going to be,
Trust a guy with a mustache.
like, have all the cool action scenes, but have a different tone.
You're gonna be out there killing everybody.
Yeah.
Bugs for the people. I don't know. The first movie's always the best one, in my opinion.
Oh, that movie's fucking
At
great.
least that
man.
one it showed like the fucking people aren't invincible.
The fucking scene when Dizzy dies, and Dizzy's so hot, she dies in his arms. Carmen. But that was the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
thing, where it's like real hokey. Because they're like high school fucking football star, and he still gets his high school girlfriend in the end, and she's just drop dead gorgeous. And he's perfect. He's got blonde hair and a square jaw, and he's a star. He can fucking
Little
flip
dumb
and
as
kill the
hell.
bug. Right. They're like just completely naive, and this fantasy exists that you go off to war and you come back and you become a hero and you're still beautiful and you still get the girl at the end of the day. Like you see some shit and it hardens you up, but you don't actually die and you don't actually have your brain fucked up because of it and stuff. That's what the director said. You know, people obviously have varying opinions on these matters, but that's how the director felt about it. Is it was like that people romanticize about war and it's this big adventure and you just have fun, and at the end of the day, that's not at all what war is. It's this thing where you're not beautiful. You probably don't come back alive, and if you do come back alive, your brain's all fucked up, and you know you're gonna have PTSD and all this. It's probably somewhere in between, I'd imagine. But it's still a cool movie because, you know, fucking big ass machine guns and like, it's an ugly planet. It's a bug planet. The guy has the arachnid spear him right in the middle. That scene when they're defending the fort, that scene is perfect. Just two people are
Oh,
like,
you talking about when all the fucking like the big bugs showed up and shit?
yeah, yeah. Oh man, there's thousands of bugs, and they got the guys on like the M60s. And Sergeant, oh, what's his name? He's like the mentor of Rico. Will Sobot, Borderlands 3, nice. Yeah, and he's going hard too. He's got a level 50 flak and everything.
The one who dies at the end?
Yeah.
I mean, he died. Yeah, he gets killed. He's like, you know what to do.
Yeah, you know what to do, Rico. That guy's so cool. He's Rico's mentor, becomes like his dad, and that whole conversation they have in the beginning basically sums it up. Where his mentor says like, you can't become a citizen unless you serve in the military because then you don't have any skin in the game. You're not bought into to vote enough. So you know that's what separates us. We have a civilian military. Like, you know, we elect the president, he's in charge of the military and all this. So civilians run the military, where in their society, the military runs the society. And the only way you get to become a citizen is you have to go serve.
I don't know how that would work out.
Well, it'd be different, because, like, you know, in the Greeks, it's one vote. And then even in the Romans, when they were a republic, it's one vote. You know, everyone gets to be involved. That's the idea. And in their civilization, that's not how it works. And so you end up with... That is a fascist government. It's a military rule.
My skills need sharpening.
But there's elements of that it works, you know? There's elements of that could potentially work. There's definitely an argument there, I guess. Definitely that director didn't agree with that idea, though. But the only mistake he made is he says, like, oh, Robert Heinlein was a fucking monster, and he believed these things, but he didn't read enough Robert Heinlein. Robert Heinlein just played around with ideas. Like, okay, he writes Starship Troopers, but then if you read his other novels, he writes books that say the exact opposite. He just played around with ideas all the time. I'll run a duel. I thought Wilso said he wasn't going to buy it. Oh, Adam's talking shit about you, Wilso.
And
I almost won again.
He gave you a winky
an
face. Like,
expensive duel.
I guess he's being flirtatious.
Has only grown.
Ew.
Uh-oh. Trying to get your
He
glibbit.
talks shit on me, I had to say it, says Adam.
Man, whatever. He's trying to get that ass, man.
Wilso's just been keeping a mental count of how many
Speaking of
grammatical errors
ass,
I've made in the
hey,
last 50
Moxie.
minutes. He's like, holy shit, it's one thing to listen to him when he streams, but now to be in party during this, my god.
I want to die.
I want to die.
Yeah, someone open up this chest for me. Golden key.
Alright.
Thanks.
No, I agree with you, Tyrell. The first one was the best. You get to see Dizzy's boobs. That was great. Really good.
Denise Richards.
Is that her name?
Well, you can see most of their boobs. So.
Yeah, most of them. I did.
I was just kidding about that.
On Amazon Prime, Hackers is on there. It's the one movie where you get... Oh, well, either way. Can you see the stuff? It's all junk.
I can see it, but I can't.
I'll
look
drop
at
it.
But
You
I
can see
don't want it.
Angelina Jolie's tits. It's the one movie you get to see her tits. My brother and I went out and bought that movie way back just to experience that moment together. Now it's something you get, like, fucking sent to prison for, I guess. I don't know. Try to look at a celebrity's tits.
It's un-American.
No, sir, I do not have any spare change.
Change.
That was in
Just
Angelina
donated $1 million
Jolie was still
to
like...
Boxy, and this guy asked me if I got change. No, sir, I do not.
That was before Angelina Jolie got like super skinny. She still had some meat on her bones and was really hot. Now she just looks like she hasn't ate days. Oh my fucking god, what are we? Writing a PhD paper? Every time I go to this thing, you guys are digging through the inventory.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Never
was.
forgive any
Go
of
ahead,
you.
go ahead.
They're all like, you stupid asshole, you made us sit through your lecture on Starship Troopers. We're gonna take our goddamn time. Walter's like, you see why I left. Oh my god. Wilso.
Yes, sir.
Adam says, I changed my mind too much and he buys the game, huh? Adam is laying it on thick tonight, Wilso. What do we
Yeah,
got?
so what?
Pull out method. Abundant AMSD. You can hear the tiredness in Wilso's voice. He's not having it, Adam. He's not taking the bait.
Don't hate, masturbate.
That's what we should have told that cop that night. One of the biggest, like, corny scenes. Oh, Jesus. Who went into the menu right as we were about to leave? Want to get back to our 5 frames per second.
I was trying to read
battling.
these pages, seeing if they're actually legible, but they're not.
Where's the pages at?
On the table here.
Okay. Adam says it's not fun now. Oh well, you're kicking a dead dog. His bedtime is 1 a.m. and he's slept like that since I've known him, Adam, so I'm sure it's a deep habit. This man is feeling the sleep coming on. Oh yeah, that's unreadable. These are
I'm just a
actually
darn turd.
lawsuit documents from Randy Pitchford.
Lawsuits.
David Eddings reveled in it.
So Shadow, what's your secrets of these lotto machines? Because you always win.
I fucking never win.
He always says Shadow has hit the jackpot.
What, really?
Yes.
I've won money quite a few
Where
times,
you
I
hiding
guess.
the loot?
Also
Yo.
dropped like probably 30 million into it.
Tyrell, your cop searching.
Those are good odds. I won 10,000 back. This time I swear I'll win. That crispy 5 FPS. Yeah, this game's running like dog shit lately. I'll tell you what movie was really fucking bad about that. It's the opposite of Starship Troopers. And that's that Bradley Cooper movie, American Sniper. That shit devolves into a word that I don't get to use very often, but I get to use it here, jingoism. That shit gets way fucking military industrial complex. God damn, get out there and get 'em, boys.
Yeah, I think Clint Eastwood, he's usually a good director, but I think he was like, he went overboard.
He went overboard on that one. Gran Torino was already flirting with the edge, but it didn't because it had a really good ending. But fucking that movie
Tell
goes
me
over
all
the
about
edge.
this culture.
That shit was Triumph of the Will level. Fucking bending bullet 500 miles. And they know that guy didn't tell the truth about a lot of stuff, too. You know, like he said he was on top of the Superdome shooting looters.
Well, he said he punched Jesse Ventura out.
Yeah, and just a bunch of stuff.
Like,
And
come on, bro. You punched an elderly man?
that movie,
Vietnam?
I had a small town Appalachia fucking theater, 85 degrees, no air conditioning, and a fan going, and it was a 3-hour flick.
Oh, I'm muted, so that's why I wasn't being heard.
And he held a fake baby.
Did he really?
Yeah, it was a fake baby in a sense.
I never even noticed that. Like, you wanted to feel good about it, you wanted to feel strong about it, but even for me, it just got way too over the top with the fucking America boner, and goddamn, we got him, boys. It's too much. Like when
I think Sean Connery did it best when he just retired before he got bad.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Sean Connery, he ends off on a real high note. Like, goddamn, that guy was
Yeah,
007.
he did, yeah, Lego, Schwarzenegger, and that was his last one.
That was perfect. Gran Torino was good, but already I guess Clint Eastwood was starting to flirt with some ideas that angry old man ideas. Get off my fucking lawn. But it had that, like perfect, it had that much bigger meaning. Of like changing American neighborhoods and what it really means to be an American, yada yada yada. And, like, even though the values were different, like even though he might be angry, it's the values at heart that are good. But that was just get out there and kill him.
Are you proud to be an American?
Yeah, pretty much. Which I think is okay, but it whitewashes too much.
Open up the door. Oh, great. Now Zero's missing. I guess I'll buzz you in myself because the CEO.
I don't know. To me, it finally went off the rails when it follows that bullet in slow mo and it bends.
Yeah, it was
Wanted.
It's like Wanted, but it was supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's a comic book movie.
Right. Well, Chris Kyle was his name.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a show like Chris Kyle hunting this other sniper in Iraq, and they're like in this battle, and Chris Kyle shoots him from like 1.5 miles away, and it follows the bullet in slow mo, and it bends and fucking arcs and kills the guy. And it was. The CGI was bad. The movie had already gone on for too long. It was hot, and the scene was just stupid. But I could tell a lot of people in the theater were like, "Fuck yeah, god damn, that's exactly how it happened."
Welcome to Atlas. Rebuilt this place from the
I ain't been to the movies in forever.
Atlas was just a pile of glass sand and bankruptcy.
Well, you wouldn't go to the movie much if you had experiences like that. That was a recruitment drive film. I guarantee there was half the audience that was 18 years old went and signed the papers as soon as they watched that movie.
Through your fingers, and now you're losing your grasp on reality. That's 3 hand things right there. What the hell? That was the Defense Command Center. Oh no.
They wouldn't do that after watching Sicario.
Troops to the courtyard.
No, they wouldn't. You wouldn't do that after seeing Saving Private Ryan either. That Saving Private Ryan's like a perfect military film. It respects the heroes who went out there and fought, and it doesn't sugarcoat it. It's like, it's nasty, it's fucking ugly, vicious, confusing, chaotic, and it'll scar you. Whereas American Sniper is, you're gonna get some struggles, but it's also sort of like shooting fish in a barrel. Last movie I went to see was The Mule with Clint Eastwood. Was it any good, Adam? Yeah, this does chug hard, doesn't it? Even to show the game. Even when I play with show, the game even chugs then. Just 2-player, I got some optimization on their ends. I don't know how that even happened. There was that other really good movie they actually made that involved like the modern wars. Well, it was about the demolition expert. It has the guy who I think plays Arrow in the Avengers movies. Who's the guy who uses the crossbow?
Hawkeye?
Hawkeye, yeah, thanks.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, Hawkeye, thanks. And he's like a demolitions expert, and he's addicted to war.
Ferocity's my middle name. Then Ferocity Flint.
I remember watching Tears of the Sun.
I've never actually seen that movie. Is it good?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I was young when I watched it. I had a nightmare about it.
It's got, what, Bruce Willis in it, right?
Dude.
I don't know them people. I ain't even gonna lie.
What's
when I was a kid, I had nightmares for years about Troll 2.
Troll 2?
Because I had no context for it. There's a scene where the kid's like in the backseat of that car and he's like got a tree growing out of him, like he's screaming. Like that scarred me.
I've never actually seen
that. But I
didn't
get that. But then later on, I saw how bad it was. It was funny again. But I was like, oh my god, is that gonna happen to me? Better not eat my vegetables. So I guess they're propaganda work.
Is this the Troll 2 that's also considered like one of the worst films of all time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're eating her and now they're gonna eat me?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually an anti-vegetarian film.
What happens?
The guy was in... What happens in the movie?
Yeah. That's what's the context for this scene that scarred you?
It's the kid's having a dream, like a nightmare about, I don't know, plants.
Uh-huh.
And he's in the back of the car and he's talking to his parents and then suddenly like green stuff comes out of his mouth and like he's got like a tree branch growing out of him. He's like screaming. When you look at it now, it's totally hokey, but back when I was a kid, it was frightening.
Well, hey, that's stuff when you're a kid you don't know. There's so many movies that are actually just trash that as a kid I remember thinking were wonderful. Anything on Disney. I remember watching Boy Meets World all the time when I was a kid. If you go back and try to watch that show, it's fucking awful. Isn't that great?
Yeah, my jabber. Got him.
I remember there was this movie, I still can't identify it, I have no idea, but it tormented me for years. My dad was really big into monster movies and horror flicks. We had this little vacation house and I was really young and my parents were still together. But we'd always rent a few VHSs on our way into town. He would always rent like horror movies and you never knew what you were going to get. And there was this movie where this kid had an imaginary friend. Everyone just said, oh, okay, it's an imaginary friend, it's not real. But it was real. His name was like Boo. And he would appear at night, and it turns out he lived in this labyrinth under the house. And he was a full-grown man, and he had been capturing people and being tortured himself by this, like, cult. Oh my god, that movie fucked with me so bad. The idea that the imaginary friend was actually real, and it was this kid who had never seen the sun. Which isn't to be confused with that 90s movie about that kid who like couldn't be in the sun. I remember being popular. Someone might have a vague recollection.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well there was this movie in the 90s about
I watched it in the sun.
Bubble Boy. It was not a comedy. Sorry, Tyrell, go ahead.
So I watched Tears of the Sun, and that was the rap for me. My childhood was consisted of Crepto the Super Dog and Cole Lyoko.
Why did Tears of the Sun scar you?
It freaked me the fuck out, dude.
I don't.
I had a dream. Like, I had a bad dream.
What's that
Like,
movie
oh my
about?
God. This guy goes into the fucking Africa to save this lady who's kidnapped, and you just see like the war, like what's going on. You see like everything going on. Like this one guy is literally cutting off this girl's titties and shit.
Is that right? That movie gets that dark?
Oh yeah, that shit. You know, these
Oh,
people
damn.
dying left and right. Just like I had a dream that I was one of the people getting killed.
Wow.
I didn't even get killed. My brother, I had a dream where my family was all getting killed one by one in front of me.
At least they weren't cutting
So it
off
was
the
just
titty.
like, wow.
Yeah, I mean that would definitely scar a kid. Did you have any movies that scarred you, Justin?
The Dentist, I guess, was a pretty bad one. Mostly because I was at the dentist when the fucking movie was on.
The Dentist, never heard
They
of that
didn't
one.
give me the remote. No? It's
They didn't give you the remote.
another one that's, yeah. Just
Gonna watch
fucking
this and shut
terrible.
up.
Just a dentist that, like, just grinds people's teeth down to nothing and...
Holy
yeah,
shit.
it's terrible.
So
Like,
this
oh,
is
I thought
Yeah.
like one of these
like
midnight
Little Shop of
grindhouse
Horrors?
flicks.
Yeah.
I mean, that would definitely, that's an awful movie to show a kid about to go to the dentist.
Alright, guys, we're gonna watch this movie.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
at the dentist watching this.
Yeah.
Really?
This is fucking terrible.
How stupid can a dentist be? That's like,
I don't think they, like, they had it, like, mounted to the ceiling, so I don't think they were really paying attention to what was actually on it.
oh my god.
But you can see
It
everything.
was just on. Yeah.
That's a life-scarring memory. It's good for business.
Yeah.
You guys
Wasn't
not.
great.
We can put on the news, we can put on cartoons. I know what, let's put on a midnight grindhouse flick about a fucking dentist who grinds teeth into the nerve endings and then pulls the nerve endings out. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. And then we're gonna watch Henry's Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Yeah,
Maybe some Taxi Driver.
it's a happy place. Yeah, well, those things are on there for a reason. I've always felt like I was really lucky that I got fucked up on horror movies, but at the same time, I think it's advisable not to let your kid get fucked up on horror movies. I don't think that I would have had any of the ideas I had later in life when I was writing stories and still write stories if I hadn't had my dad constantly shoving horror movies down my throat. But I think that I would probably be someone who sleeps a lot more sound at night and wouldn't be so fucking freaked out by every creak in the dark if I had not experienced that.
Imagine if you were watching like Eraserhead as a kid.
I've heard that movie's awful.
It's good to be, cause like I seen this fucking, like I've been watching this movie. I mean this show, Criminal Minds, about how like these people get kidnapped and shit, and like these guys profile them and all that into the minds of the killers and shit. And I think being like little, I ain't gonna say scary, but like you're more aware of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Like you look over your shoulders more. All that. Like, cause I seen this lady. She literally like a car pulled up behind her and she just turned her back to it and was just doing her own thing while the guy got out the car and walked up and hit her in the back of the head. She did not care to look behind her at all.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a healthy level of paranoia, right? You can't just be like totally trusting all the time. But maybe you should also not be at a point where it's like you can't open the blinds at night because there's going to be the blue face of a child out there who's still trying to find his soul or his captor. Look at that Jabber. His Jabber's black and red.
Racist.
Black, white, and red all over.
Dude, I still have nightmares, and I've come to like the soul food of zombies maybe once a week still. Some survival dream involving zombies. With a fucking
Those are the
infection.
best.
Those are the best. Damn, they are, but they're freaky. You know, because you feel like you're in them.
Yeah, until you get caught, then that's it's not.
Oh no, then it's bad, so bad. But the gore and the death and the idea of the dead things crawling out of the ground and coming for you, and God, puts a fear in you. I recently finally was like ran 3 miles, and I did it about my old cross country pace, about 21 minutes or so. And the only thing I had in my head to motivate me to do it was fucking zombies, the undead. Think that the undead are coming after you.
I saw that.
I'll put the fear of God in you.
Company back from the dead. With you in the family, we could have turned Malawan into a universal monopoly. You and me.
Hey, Wilson
We're
and
having a
Tyrell, you
Mexican
guys
standoff.
totally just ditched Justin, right?
Well, you went in the elevator and you left it. And then someone
you
hit the
pressed the
button.
button.
I'm not going to name names. Well, it's
You?
to point.
See,
Nah, it wasn't me. It was you.
I thought we were getting the band back together.
Yeah, I'll smell you later.
You guys brought the lead singer back. It's like, oh god, he's doing lectures on Starship Troopers again. Get him out of here. The band can't go on tour anymore. We already lost our drummer, Walter. Now we only have 2 bass guitar players and 1 electric guitar player and an inconsistent lead singer. Anyways, let's arrest Tyrell. That's how it works in this country. Tyrell, you're under arrest.
What?
You will suffer our collective punishment.
Namely, the tree out of the mouth in Troll 2, and then the dental operation from the dentist.
God.
And then you, I don't know, we'll somehow find
It's so
your way.
funny, like, only the kid notices that there's like green goo all over the corn and biscuits and stuff. He's like, hey, don't eat that. God dang it.
Don't eat that.
And then, like, the dad's like adjusting his bells, like, are you gonna hit me with those? Like, no, I'm gonna have to tighten it because I'm so hungry.
Siren's gift is also
Like, oh my god.
curse.
Terrible.
The choice of the siren presented with death. Pass on the gift and burden someone.
Funnily enough, that guy's good this
Or
time.
release it and burden an unknown soul.
Okay,
who is now dead. The entire universe
What happened?
is about to
What'd you
wish them
do?
dead.
My TV just decided to turn off and back on.
Gearbox. Oh, sorry. Gearbox!
Zero! Come on, man! I thought we were friends!
He's only a month old. It better not be breaking already.
It's gotta be the game.
You should have joined the family, Reese!
I was just getting some
I hope so.
crazy lights going on all over the place, too, so maybe. Does it have a warranty?
Yeah.
How long?
I'm gonna try to buy me a 4K TV soon.
Do
That's
it!
what I just did.
But fuck!
Worth. Now the prices are getting reasonable.
Do you like this boss? Hey, he's okay.
Come on, come on!
He's better than Troy.
Bad at this.
His mechanics are okay. It's not terrible to get a second wind, so he's not bad. Do you like him, Adam?
It's a pain in the ass.
He definitely
Yeah,
can.
his boss sucks.
He's better than Troy, though. I mean, Troy is too much.
This is like, it's like a, you know, it's a time gate. It's just a, they just don't give you the immune thing. I mean, he jumps every time.
He only goes 2 places, though, so it's not terrible to follow him. It's either left or right.
It's not right. It's wrong.
Not really. He's alright. Yeah, he's not the best. I really do think there were 2 boss teams. I think there was one team did a really nice job, like Grave Ward and Tyrene. Some others we could think about, and then there was this other team that just really tried to throw every gearbox mechanic in there. So-called heliophage method. It ain't working.
Nightmares.
Yes.
You're like, okay, do everything. Do the. We got down pretty good by the end of it, but still. Gotta move fast.
That'd be exciting to put him on Mayhem 3 and enjoy that. Have all the bad rolls. Have reflect damage and have minus 50 to shields.
I was on the hunt. Could not give myself away. Radio silence.
Like I said, Zero.
You didn't have to talk
Super
in IQ
trusted
there.
you the
It's
whole
okay.
time, and it was completely justified. As for you, Vault Hunter, I owe you everything. You fought off an all-out corporate assault, saved my company.
We're moving
killed my
fast
creepy
now.
business
Now that
stalker.
everyone's run the story before and
Before
multiple
I give you this
times,
key
we're
fragment,
flying.
I have one last thing to ask of you. Am I pulling off this mustache or what?